Olympia, Washington is well known today as Washington's state capital. But becoming the capital was a long and sometimes bitter battle. To be the capital city was a prestigious prize coveted by many cities around the state, including Yakima, Ellensburg, and Tacoma. When Isaac Stevens became the first governor of the new territory called Washington in 1853, he selected Olympia as the temporary capital. In those days, Olympia had the largest population, the only newspaper, and the best hotel in the territory. The first legislature met in a small waterfront building that later became the Gold Bar Restaurant. The next year, they met in the Masonic Hall. Olympia continued to grow, and other cities around the state saw the prestige and economic benefit of being the capital city. Communities throughout the territory tried to woo the legislators away from Olympia. Meanwhile, they convened in an old wooden structure and complained of a leaky roof, fleas, and a barn-like atmosphere. In 1889, Washington entered the Union as a state, but it still had no official capital. By then, eastern Washington had become more populated and more prosperous. Residents there resented the state capital being so far to the west. The question was finally put to the voters, and cities campaigned vigorously. Ellensburg claimed to be the perfect site for the capital, arguing that it was the exact center of the state, as well as host to good wagon roads. Some residents were so confident that Ellensburg would win, they went ahead and built a governor's mansion. Yakima insisted it was the center of the state, and that Ellensburg was too cold, didn't have any hotels, and had too many saloons. When the votes were counted, Olympia had won, but it didn't have an appropriate building, and the debate wasn't over yet. In 1905, the state finally bought the Thurston County Courthouse, added a wing, and moved in. But it quickly became overcrowded and outgrown. At the turn of the century, Tacoma made one last bid to become the capital city, but without much support. The Morning Olympian ran this editorial cartoon, and the Yakima Democrat described Tacoma as standing with all 4 feet in the trough, on her knees begging for the capital. It wasn't until construction of the current Capitol campus began in 1923 that the debate was finally over. It had been a 75-year battle. The reward now sitting proudly above Puget Sound.